Ms. Kurtz.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I understand that there were some comments made at the last meeting pertaining to my committee, Public Health and Human Services, or actually, I should not say my committee, but the committee I chair, which is Public Health and Human Services. And the public comment challenged the accuracy of criticisms that have been leveled at the Mental Health Board. Many of these statements were made without supporting facts or substance, so I'd like to address them, at least some of them. First, the statement, quote, "When someone stands in front of you and obscures from you what is the purpose of the Mental Health Board, you tell them just what I tell them when I'm at a Bears game. Sit down, you're in my way, I can't see the game," unquote. First, I hope that none of us ever take an attitude such as this, which lacks respect towards our commitment to serve the public and always to ensure accountability in the spending of taxpayer money. Secondly, the purpose of the Mental Health Board is specifically derived from the Illinois Community Mental Health Act legislation that created it. Specifically, voters in 1970 supported the purpose of the Mental Health Board with a referendum question that provided for a government entity to establish and maintain community health facilities and services, including facility and services for person with developmental disability or a substance abuse disorder. In addition, in Section 3E, the public powers and duties state that a board shall not operate any direct recipient services for more than a 2-year period when such services are provided in the government unit, but it shall encourage by financial support the development of private agencies to deliver such needed services. Direct recipient services means only those services required to carry out a completed individualized treatment plan that's signed by the service recipient or their guardian. So there's two important takeaways here. First, the Mental Health Board is not supposed to provide treatment over a protected period. Secondly, the Mental Health Board is supposed to provide financial support for private agencies to provide these treatment services. Thus, every dollar that is spent on non-treatment administrative costs by the Mental Health Board, and remember, Mental Health Board can't legally provide protracted treatment services, every dollar spent for these administrative services is a dollar less available for treatment. The public comment also defended the 17% spent on administrative services by referencing the Attorney General's Administrative Code under Section 5.09.2, allowable, unallowable costs. How misleading to reference this code since it applies to charities and nonprofit 501c agencies, not to government entities such as the Mental Health Board. Unlike these nonprofit agencies, the Mental Health Board receives millions in taxpayer dollars, so it doesn't have the fundraising costs and other back office expenses that a standalone agency has. So the 17%, or just under $2.5 million, is a questionable level of spending for a government agency that provides no treatment services. Other mental health boards, such as Madison County and St. Clair County, spend 8.2% and 10.3% respectively for their administrative services. So we know that substantive cost reduction in this area is quite possible. Okay, let me wrap it up here. Finally, the statement, quote, "People move here because of the fine mental health system we have here in McHenry County," unquote. This is a statement that I have heard no statistics or studies to support the fact that people move here for this reason. However, over the last 8 months, we have heard many, many people in our community, almost all of them consumers of services of mental health, state at various county board meetings and in various publications their concerns about the spending priorities of the Mental Health Board and the caliber and types of services provided by the Mental Health Board. In addition, we had thousands of people in this county willing to support a new tax in order to support the needs of developmentally disabled people in McHenry County who do not have services available. As just stated, the Mental Health Board is supposed to be providing support of the developmentally disabled. However, at this time, the amount of funds spent to help the developmentally disabled is approximately, 17%, the same percentage that the Mental Health Board currently spends on administrative staff. In conclusion, there's many issues that have not been brought up today, but ultimately the concerns regarding the Mental Health Board performance expressed by our community have been going on for quite some time. I believe that our new Mental Health Board understands these issues and are eager to improve upon the current system. As they work towards much needed improvement, we must remain vigilant in supporting this new direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kurtz.